Hello, everybody. Hello. It is Tears, and it's been a while. It's been a really long time. It's been a couple of months since I've last uploaded, but I am really excited to get you guys a new video. I've just been busy, started a new job, but we're here. This video today is going to be a little bit of an experimental format. You'll see why that is in a second, or you'll kind of notice it throughout the video, but let me know what you think of it down in the comments. I do not need to necessarily do this for all the videos, but if you guys like it, I definitely will do more of it. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. Doesn't hurt anybody. And let's get into it. Alright, so this tier list I'm doing today is a subjective Pokeball tier list. You could do an objective Pokeball tier list just based on like how good they are at what they do and what have you, but I'm not going to do that. I'm doing subjective based on designs, colors, and how I feel about the intended use. Like, ooh, this is a cool use, or ooh, this is a lame, you know, something like that. Glitches are not considered, so a few of the balls introduced in Generation 2 had some design flaws and like some quirks that made them not work properly. So like the Fastball, for example, is supposed to have a 4x catch modifier on Pokemon that can flee, but it only has a 4x catch modifier for 3 random Pokemon in the game, if I remember correctly. Nowadays it has a different role, but you'll see how I feel about it. Anyway, yeah, glitches are not considered. No Hisuian forms for the OG balls. I just feel like they weren't different enough, but there will be a couple of Hisuian balls on here. And then no balls that are spoilers. So there's one ball that I feel like is a little bit of a spoiler from Legends Arceus. If you guys want my opinion on that ball, comment down below and I can oblige. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so Pokeball is going to start us off. It's a classic. Pokemon would not be what it is today, in my opinion, if the design of the Pokeball were different. Well, it could be different, obviously, but like it's just a classic design. Um, it's a little bit too basic for like the top tier, but I am gonna go ahead and put it into pretty good. All right, next up is the Great Ball. Um, Another classic. I like the little side pieces that it has. I don't know why it has them and not the Pokeball or the Ultra Ball, but what can you do? The colors, I don't love the blue, the way it goes with the red and the white. Being a American who loves America. Okay, never mind. I just feel like a darker shade of blue would have worked better. But yeah, Great Ball's still really good, still a classic, and goes in pretty good. The Ultra Ball. All right, this is one of my favorite Pokeball designs right off the bat. I really like black and yellow, just as a color scheme in general for the most part when it's done correctly. I like the little bit of design complexity with like the bridge looking thing. It just looks really, really good. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what it is, but I really like the Ultra Ball. It is the best of the three, like kind of OG balls, obviously. So you got to give it props for that. But amazing. I love the Ultra Ball. All right, the Master Ball. So the Master Ball feels like a very Gen 1 design to me, but that's not like a bad thing. It just makes it looks like it was made to catch Mewtwo specifically, like with the colors and everything that's going on. It could do without the M, and it could do without the purple part looking like a purple thong, but like other than that, it's really good. I like it a lot. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, Safari Ball. I love the Safari Ball. I think this is the best possible iteration that they could have done for it. Making it camo for like the Safari Zone. I think it just works so well. I don't know what it is. It's just in my brain. This makes so much sense. I really like the camo. Obviously, I like the Safari Zone in general. I think it's a really cool idea, and a really cool concept that Pokemon should do more of. Like the wild area, it's not the same. Like something about going to the Safari Zone, especially when I was a kid, was like super duper fun, and I guess this is just tied in with that. So Safari Ball, top tier. All right, the Fastball. So this one actually has multiple designs. You'll see the other design when I go over to the next picture and like show you where it is on the tier list, but I don't really like either of them. This one's a little bit better than the other one. Um, I don't love the colors on either of them. Just like it kind of looks like the McDonald's ball a little bit. It just doesn't really feel right in my brain. The use is like okay. Right as of right now, it's 4 times effective if it's used on a Pokemon with base speed of at least 100. So like a lot of the time, you're gonna evolve a Pokemon into a Pokemon with a base speed of 100. Obviously, you can catch them too, but it's just like it doesn't feel quite as useful as it could be. So I'm gonna put it in the meh. Okay, the level ball. Like, all right. So I said I really liked black and yellow, but this just doesn't do it right for me. Like the layers just kind of it looks like a cake, and I don't want a Pokeball to look like a cake. What is that V doing? Like, what is going on with this ball? The use for it is like, it's okay, but it ends up getting a little bit outclassed later on. So I don't know. Why though? Why? Just why? I don't know. All right. The lure ball. Okay. I like the lure ball. I think it has like a similar color scheme to the Great Ball, but it works a little bit better because there's more red. And then I like the 3 lines in the middle. I always thought that was a good touch. It would probably be in the top tier had it not been for a different ball that we'll get to later on. Because you know me, you know how I like to weigh things against each other on these lists, and replaceability is not a thing that you want to have. Like you want to be irreplaceable. And I feel like the lure ball just kind of is replaceable. It's a cool use, but there's just a ball that's going to be more widespread useful later on that we'll get to that I think has a better design. Nonetheless, I think it's a pretty good design. The heavy ball. All right, so I like the bulbs, but what really does it for me with the heavy ball is the colors. It's literally my 2 favorite colors on a Pokeball, and I like its use. Like I like the idea of needing this particular ball to catch like a heavier Pokemon because it's like more sturdy or something. Um, but yeah, I like the heavy ball a lot. I like the use. I like the colors. I like the design. It's top tier for me. And I feel like a lot of people will disagree with that on their own list, but whatever. So the love ball, I think this is a decent idea. It's got a decent design. Like the heart looks all right. It just it's just very mid, honestly. It's just mid all the way around. That's really the best way I can describe it. Nothing is bad about it, but nothing is really like good about it. So it's gonna go in meh. Um, all right. The friend ball. So I actually really like the design of the friend ball. Um, it has a very useful use. You know, set a Pokemon's friendship to 200, like that's gonna help a lot. Um, I like the design. The colors are good. I like the little like shapes on the front, but it's not gonna go in the top tier again, just strictly because there is a better ball that they made later on for friendship Pokemon, which you'll see um, soon enough. But yeah, pretty good. All right, next up is, huh? I don't, I don't think this is the right ball. Hold on. There we go. Here's the moon ball. All right. So the moon ball has a really really good design. I love this thing's design. The colors are good. The little moon on the top looks great. However, it just gets completely buried by how useless it is. Pokemon that evolve by using a moonstone. There are like 4 of them in the whole game. Like there's the Nidos, the Clefairy, Jigglypuff. I don't even know other. I'm sure there are a couple other Moonstone evolutions that I'm missing, but like that's not That's not enough. And I get it, it was Gen 2, they were all kind of like out there, but I don't know, man. I don't like this one that much, but its design helps it out a good bit. Okay, the Sport Ball. So this design is not as bad as the other designs because there are two designs for this one too. Um, but like the colors are not good. It's just so boring and bland. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Thinking about this one compared to the Safari Ball, which is one of my favorites, is just like this is just the worst version of what they could have done. So I'm gonna just say it's bottom tier. All right, take a second. Look at the other design. It's just a ball with an S on it. Like, what is that? Whatever. All right. So we were talking about before, um, how the lure ball gets outclassed. This is what it gets outclassed by. Look at this thing. It looks like a net is around a ball. It's so good. The design is so good. The colors are really good. Its use makes so much sense. It's like catching a fish or like a bug in a net, but it's a ball. It's so perfect. It's so ugh, I love the netball so much. Obviously it's top tier. Really like the design, really like the use. Yeah, it just makes so much sense. All right, the nest ball. So I think the nest ball is like a better version of the level ball. Um, I like its use a little bit more. It feels more useful. Because there are a lot of Pokemon between the levels of 1 and 29, which is what you use it on. The design is good. Um, it's kind of just like decent overall. It's not like bad. It doesn't tickle the fancy. I just think it's better than the level ball, basically. So it's gonna go in meh. But it kind of more towards the top, honestly, meh. Um, the repeat ball. So for me personally, I don't love the repeat ball's use just because I'm a big Nuzlocker and God, I sound like such a freaking elitist talking about, oh, I'm a Nuzlocker. I don't like the repeat ball because of Dupe's claws. But like that's like kind of how I feel. I wish the repeat ball was different or like a different use had this design because I really like the design of the repeat ball. But yeah, for me, its design is really good. The colors are really good. The use knocks it down a peg, so it's in pretty good. The timer ball. Oh, I love the design of the timer ball. Um, it feels almost like it's got the little clock hand thing on top. It feels like a ticking, like a time bomb or something. And it's a really good ball for catching like legendaries specifically, which is like where you're gonna be most paying attention to what you're catching or what have you. But it's really, really good. I like the timer ball a lot. A long bout with a hard to catch Pokemon, a timer ball can just come in there and solve the problem. So, also a really good design with really good colors. Amazing. Luxury ball, yes. So, this is the friend ball, but even better. The colors, I know I said I didn't love the red and the yellow before, but like mixed with the black, the way the ball is like the luxury ball all the way around. Oh, it looks so good. And the use is so useful. Doubles a friendship increase of a Pokemon that you catch. Like that's with the amount of friendship evolutions and how stupid friendship evolutions are, this thing is like almost a necessity for catching some Pokemon. It makes them so much easier to deal with for all of time. And it looks really good. So, amazing. Premier Ball. I really like the Premier Ball. It's a bland-ish design, but I really like the Easter egg for it of it. If you don't know what it is, go to the play Gen 3, go to the Pokemart, buy 10 Pokeballs, and you get a Premier Ball. It's just like a fun little thing. It's a fun little piece of attention to detail that Pokemon needs back in its games because it's really, really cool. Um, Also, shiny Voltorb should have been a Premier Ball, 100%. Um, yeah, it's a little bit bland for the top tier, but I think it's pretty good. The Dive Ball. I actually like the design a pretty good amount. Its colors are good, but like again, it's just another ball that's like really not super useful. Like on water dwelling Pokemon. It's like ambiguous. Do you have to dive to get the balls? There's only like 2 games where you can dive. I don't love the dive ball. I do like its design, but that can only get you so far. So it goes in meh. All right, the Dusk Ball. This actually is maybe my favorite Pokeball. I would say it is. It's so perfect. The colors, I love the colors. I love the way the red contrasts with the green and the black. It looks like a flashlight for a Pokeball. Again, it's just these simple things that make so much sense. And it's so useful. In a cave or at night. So Gen 4 um is, a very good generation that I play a lot. And this is when it was introduced, and I used the crap out of the Dusk Ball because I would get home from school, I would play. It would pretty much always be at night when I was playing, and there's a lot of caves in Sinnoh. So Dusk Ball is it's so useful in so many different cases, and I really really love its design. Um, it's an easy favorite for me for sure, and it's obviously going to be top tier because of that. On the other hand, the Heal Ball. Pokemon centers and potions are not hard to come by. The colors like pink and cream and blue do not work well together. Its design, it looks kind of weird. It looks remotely like something that I won't mention, but if you know what it looks like, you know what it looks like. Like it could be useful in some cases, in some very niche cases, but like unless you're doing like a shady lock or something, these are not all that great. I'm gonna be honest with you. These are not super useful, and their designs are bad. It's gonna go bottom. There is a way to do a pink Pokeball correctly and really well. You'll see it. All right, next up is the Quick Ball. I love the Quick Ball. Quick Ball is a very useful, very good-looking ball. Um, I love the design pattern. I like the colors a lot. The usefulness is really like where it gets me. Like, again, especially as a Nuzlocker, if you have a bunch of quick balls and you're using them on normal Pokemon, it makes the catching part of the Nuzlocke, which is like something that can be very stressful and difficult, so easy if you just have a bunch of quick balls. Because it's like, oh, quick ball, caught it. Don't even need to worry about it. One turn, boom, donezo. You just got to remember to use it, which I sometimes forget, but when I remember, it's really good. So yeah, top tier, if you couldn't tell. The Cherish Ball. I really like the design. It's a little bit weird and different, but it's definitely really unique in a good way. The colors are good. I would say if you could actually throw it at any point in Pokemon, which I'm sure there's probably a way to like hack it in or whatever, but I would like it more if it were in the normal games, but it's not. But it does have really good design, so I like it. It'll go in pretty good. Next is the Park Ball. Definitely just completely bland. But it's not like terrible. This like could have been what the Pokeball was, but I'm glad this isn't what the Pokeball was because it looks way worse and like less classic. Like this just looks like a kid's toy, whereas the Pokeball looks like something that would actually be useful. Not very memorable. The use is that you use it in the Pal Park in one generation as a Master Ball to catch your Gen 3 mons that you send up, but I'm not going to put it in the bottom tier because it's not like a bad design. It's just like a meh design with a meh use. All right, next is the Dream Ball. Yes, this is the right way to do a pink and purple ball. Like, I really like the color mix. I like that's like an ombre effect. This is another ball that I wish was a little bit more widespread because you only use it in like one place prior to, I think, Gen 8 is when they made it a actual ball, but like I wish it was more widespread, but the design is really, really good. The colors are really, really good. So it's going to go into the top tier anyway. So its use, if you didn't know before I move on, in Gen 8 is that it's 4 times effective if used on a sleeping Pokemon, which is actually really, really useful, in my opinion. So it makes sense. The Beast Ball. This is another one where, like, sure, its uses are pretty niche, but, like, its niche use are on Pokemon that are hard to catch. So, like, it makes sense that it has a niche use because it's allowed to, because it helps you catch harder to catch Pokemon. It is really the only ball that is useful against catching Ultra Beasts in Gen 7. Um, Other balls get a 0.1 catch modifier if they're not Beast Balls using on an Ultra Beast, whereas the Beast Ball like works in reverse. It has a 0.1 on non-Ultra Beast, but I love the design. I like the rings. I like the colors, the little scanner kind of design on surrounding it. I love it. It's an amazing ball for sure, even if it's not super useful outside of Gen 7. All right, next you have the heavy balls from Pokemon Legends Arceus. I like the designs of these three. I would say the Gigaton is probably my favorite. Maybe the one in the middle. I don't know, but all three of them are good. The colors are not as good as the original heavy ball. But the use is honestly more useful. I used a ton of heavy balls when I played Legends Arceus, but yeah, it's not gonna be top tier just because I think its design is like a little bit something to be desired, but it's gonna be pretty good. Don't mind the Photoshop crap job that I did to put it on there. I was just throwing it on. All right. So the feather wing jet balls. I love the designs of these. I like the stained wood on the bottom, contrasting with the blue and yellow, or the blue and yellow, the blue and white on the top. I think it's really good. It's not quite as useful as the heavy balls, but its use is honestly like cooler. Like it feels like when you catch a Pokemon with one of these, especially if it's like flying around, it's like, ooh, I got it. I freaking poked it down. Like, ooh, it just feels really good to catch a Pokemon with one of these. So, and its design is really good. So I'm gonna put it in the top tier. And yeah. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a little bit of a shorter video, but I just wanted to get back into it a little bit, get an upload up, get a video out for you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to upload a little bit more regularly, but I'm really not sure. It just kind of depends on a few different factors, but again, I'm just happy to upload whenever I can. I love doing this, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out to Ace Zero Arctic for a bunch of the ball designs. I'll link their DeviantArt page in the description. Um, but yeah, like and subscribe. It does not hurt anybody, and I will see you guys later. Peace.